Hey everybody, Logan here. Today's video, I thought I would, address a topic that I've kind of compiled from a bunch of different videos and a bunch of different questions. And, it looks like 2026, we're almost 4 months into, depending on when you're watching this. I'm going to tell you my favorite controller for each platform. What is that you say? PS5. Xbox Series XS, Switch 2, and PC. This one might surprise you. Let's get into it. Alrighty, here we go. So I'm going to show you each controller, and I'm going to explain to you why it's my favorite, and I'm even going to tell you what the previous one was up to this point. So first we're going to start with the PlayStation 5, and that is the Raiju V3 Pro. Now this one, a lot of people say, oh no, the DualSense Edge. DualSense Edge used to be, but I like this better. One, better D-pad. I like the swappable sticks. TMR sticks, you don't have to worry about stick drift. Mechanical buttons. 4 flappy paddles in the back. Claw buttons. Trigger locks. Much more comfortable in the hand. You still have pretty much everything else. You are missing the built-in mic and the haptic feedbacks and the triggers because, you have trigger locks, so you can't have that force feedback on the triggers. So yeah, okay, but whoever's using this is wanting something a bit more competitive. I use this a lot in racing games as well as fighters. I think it is a much far superior controller than the DualSense Edge, and people will already start but hey, it is what it is, right? You complain? Cool, do it, go ahead. That isn't going to change my opinion. I love this controller. I mean, I was always looking for that next big upgrade from the standard DualSense, and then we got the DualSense Edge, and now we finally have a licensed third-party controller. There's a few out there like the Victrix, but the Victrix Pro BFG and the Reloaded, it just didn't do it for me. It just really felt cheap. You got the Nacon, which was okay. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. But otherwise, there really aren't too many offerings that I think are that great until I got my hands on this one. And I was actually very, very surprised. And I think it's just a fantastic controller. I like the way it feels. It has a better ergonomic grip, in my opinion. You have textured grips, which I think are a bit more comfortable. I like the fact that you can swap out the sticks to make them, the PS3 style. I really prefer those. That domed-esque look to them. I really prefer that. You have the swap out, you have the case, you have all that other stuff. But just in terms of the way it feels in performance, latency's significantly lower than a standard DualSense or DualSense Edge. DualSense controllers are fantastic. Yes, that is probably the pinnacle of first-party controllers, with the Switch 2 Pro controller coming in very close. That HD Rumble 2, but I think it's a fantastic controller. But this is my controller of choice for the PlayStation 5 in 2026. Now, if somebody else comes out with something officially licensed that works just as good, if not better than this, hey, it remains to be seen. But as of right now, Razer takes the crown for my favorite PS5 controller in 2026 thus far. Next, we are going to go with Switch 2. And that is the MobaPad Chai 2. One thing you're going to notice going forward is something that I've done to each of the controllers, and I want you guys to comment to tell me what it is that you've noticed that I've done to each of the controllers, and that can tell you that it's the controller that I use quite a bit for that platform. So this one has a HD rumble as well. Now it has full mechanical and a set of flappy paddles, and it is multi-platform compatible as well. But One thing that this has that a lot of third-party controllers don't is console wake. So that is fantastic. It does have your gyro, and it has pretty much every other feature you can ask for. But the big thing for me, it's a very comfortable controller to use. I need something that's comfortable, I need something that's got the rumble, and I need something that is highly responsive with wake. This has it. This has it all. There's really nothing that this controller doesn't have that I want in a Switch 2 Pro controller. It's got everything. Native wake is the only thing I can say, but it still has wake. So yeah, you have to do the little thing where you connect it, you sync it, you do the thing where you remove it. Yeah, it's a process. It's not like the Easy SMX S10 Lite where you just connect it, bang, there you go, that's it. Basically like the Switch 2 Pro controller. But I still think this has probably been one of my favorites. It's actually been my wife's go-to outside of her Switch 2 Pro controller. She really likes it as well. So in this house, we really like the MobaPad Chai 2 too, but that doesn't mean I don't like the others. I really like the offerings of GullyKit, and I really like the offerings of Easy SMX, as well as other third-party companies. Official licensed ones are a bit different because they're missing some features. So as far as full featured controllers go, my favorite for the Switch 2 is the MobaPad Chai 2 for 2026. Next is, well, the Xbox. The Xbox Series XS is one of the consoles I probably play the most because, well, I've always been an Xbox guy. I've had my ups and I've had my downs, and I've had my rounds with them as a corporation. You guys know, if you've been watching the channel, I worked with them. I worked for them a number of years ago, but this year, I would say 2025 was really a time for banger controllers for the Xbox Series XS, and this one is my favorite. That is the FlyDigi Vader 5S. So a lot of people are going to be mad and spamming that dislike button because I didn't say the G7 Pro. No, I don't like that D-pad. I'm sorry, and you have to pay a lot more money to get a wireless option, and the wired one I just don't think is as good as this one. This one, you have multiple extra buttons. You got a C and a Z, and then on the back you got 2 flappy paddles as well as 2 claw bumpers. Then you have textured everywhere. It's got textured, nice texture, wraps around the side and through the back. You have adjustable sticks in one of the probably coolest ways I've ever seen it done, with these rings. So you can adjust the tension by adjusting the rings. You have full mechanical face buttons, and I love this D-pad. I think this D-pad is just fantastic. You got trigger locks, dual stage, analog, and full mechanical. So that's pretty cool. You have a light down here at the bottom. If I press this, it's actually plugged into my Series X, so it'll turn it on. But you've got just a nice little bit of lighting down there. You've got your headphone jack, and then you also have customization via the app on Xbox. It makes it very, very convenient. This has quickly become my favorite controller on Xbox. Now, in terms of wireless, they don't have one. My previous favorite controller was the Razer Wolverine V3 Pro, but the only problem I had with that one was the battery life, and since I would play so much, it would die very quickly, or it seemed like it would die just because of how much I played. But then again, I also did everything on my Xbox when it comes to YouTube or whatnot, so it would stay on quite a bit. The battery would die at the worst possible time, so usually I would just keep it plugged in. But there's just something about this controller. I do love the extra C and Z buttons, and right here, I think you have capacitive sticks. So yeah, this is just a fantastic controller design, and that leads me into saying that this is my favorite for the Xbox for 2026, but now my favorite for the PC is not going to surprise anybody. Oh yes, it's the Vader 5 Pro. So it's got all the same features, except this is for the PC, and you have one extra set of flappy paddles down here. Now you have more customization buttons around here. Now for the PC, you're going to get extremely low latency. You're going to get a just performance that cannot be outshined from any other controller at this point. Because I do not have in my hands, as of recording, G7 Pro 8K or the new Ultimate 3E for 8-bit do. So that can really change how I feel in terms of the Xbox and the PC. Now, previous to this, shocker to no one, was the Wolverine V3 Pro 8K. But I like the fact that it's just the way it feels. There's something about the grips, there's something about the style. I love the adjustable rings, just like the Xbox version. And I'm not a FlyDigi stan by any means. It's just I really like the Vader 5 Pro. I wasn't a big fan of the Vader 4. I thought it was okay. You know, it was okay, but I feel like they really did a banger job with the Vader 5 Pro, and then bringing a version of it to the Xbox just knocked it out of the park. So that is my favorite PC controller for 2026 so far. Now, if you want to see the individual reviews for all these controllers, I do have them up on the channel. And it's funny, if you look at them, they're all pretty boring in terms of color. And I'm one of those guys, I like to get all the fancy colors, but they don't really come. I think this one comes in a white and a green, but when I got this, Razer sent this one to me. Only the black one was available at that time. And you know what? I like it. I'm completely fine with that. These, as of right now, I've only seen them in the black. I don't think they've released them in any other colors. I know they did that with the Vader 4 Pro because they had that one in black as well as a, what was it, Assassin's Creed version, which I have both of. And then this one, this is going to be the big one. This one comes in that black/gray, pink and white, and then, if I'm not mistaken, just white. So that you've got a couple of other options. But it's funny, I usually go for the variants with the fancy colors, usually red, blue, green, something like that. Something that usually just sticks out. But when it comes to performance, doesn't matter. Color does not matter when you've got a high performing controller that's just everything you ask for. And now take a look. Take a look at the controllers, and you tell me in the comment section below how you can tell I use them all the time. Except for this one. Because if I used said things with this one, it would kind of defeat the purpose of swapping to those sticks. See, there's a little hint. But there you go. Yes, I know that's going to upset a lot of people that I didn't choose their favorite controller, but hey, this is the internet. If you got a problem, I don't care. This is my favorite. This is what I like. Hey, it could change by the end of the year. Hey, it could change next month. There's a ton of controllers that are still coming out from companies such as PowerA, 8-bit do, and others. You know, I'm looking forward to see those, especially that Ultimate 3E for the Xbox. So there's a lot of stuff coming out, and I know that Razer's got some stuff on the horizon, and I wouldn't be surprised if FlyDigi comes out with new models of anything. And well, this one just came out, so I don't expect to see a Chai-Tu 3 anytime soon. But who knows? MobilePad might surprise us and come out with a new Switch 2 Pro controller with native Wake or something like that, like a Switch 2 Plus version of the Chai-Tu 2 HD 1.2. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up because I don't know what their naming conventions will be. But hey, these are my favorites for all four platforms right now. And if you're wondering why mobile, I don't play on mobile unless I'm playing Magic Arena, and that's full touchscreen. There you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, drop in the comment section below about any of these controllers. Thank you so much. Again, hit that subscribe button. God bless each and every one of you. Like I always say, be legendary. Thanks again.